So now with us is Ju Young Han, founder and CEO of Save Jeju Bada. Thank you for being with us.
Yay!
Thank you for having me. It's really good to be on your show.
We're excited.
It's our honor.
Yeah,
Seriously,
we're really
it's our
excited.
honor. So now,
thank you.
I'm familiar with your program a little bit, but I think it'd be good for you to start off by explaining to our audiences and other people who are watching what your organization is, when it was founded. Just summarize it a little bit.
Well, Save. Well,
like, how far back do I go?
Sorry.
You're doing so.
My brain freezes a little bit. Okay. So Save Jeju Bada is a non-profit organization. Bada means the sea in Korean, by the way. So it's an organization to fight ocean plastic pollution by doing beach cleanups and running some campaigns against single-use plastics on Jeju Island. And I founded Save Jeju Bada in December of 2017. I was thinking like there must be some people out there just like me who worry about, the ocean plastic pollution and, feel the urge to do something about it, but don't know how to do it, what to do it, or where to start, right? So I kind of wanted to reach out to them. And I thought, the best way to do it is, through social media. So I created an Instagram account for Save Jeju Bada.
Very popular Instagram account.
Yes.
Really.
And then I gathered some friends of mine who would help with, organizing the beach cleanups. And that was the beginning of Save Jeju Bada.
Juju. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to be calling her Juju because she's my friend.
Yeah.
So Juju, do you actually remember how many people showed up to your first one? Was it you and a handful of friends, or do you remember?
No, actually, the first one, I remember the exact date as
you
well.
do? Oh, gosh.
It was like January 7th of 2018.
Dang,
and
girl.
I, texted a lot of my friends, and they said like 10 people, I think, said yes to show up. And only one people show up on that day. Yes. And it was just me and my friend, just two people.
Okay.
But then, the second one, which I organized like 2 weeks later, like dozen people showed up. So like we quickly gained a lot of followers on Instagram.
You really did.
So, so a lot of people, wanted to participate. So
I've been to cleanups, Juju, where you had, no kidding, you had like almost 35 people upwards, or right? What I feel like that's like the couple times I did it, there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, we got a lot of, like people volunteered, like on average, like 30, 40, 50 people always show up. Yeah.
So may I ask, what was the impetus? Like, what was the moment that made you realize that you wanted to do something like this?
Well, I think we have to talk about a little bit, like my first surf trip to Bali back in 2014. And it was winter in January, and it was like rainy season over there. And every time when it rained, people litter all the time on the street, right? So all the trash washed into the sea. And one day it was raining, and I was paddling on my surfboard, to the lineup. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of garbage appeared out of nowhere and surrounded me. And some of them were like plastic bags with something inside, something I can't even tell what it was.
Right.
It smells weird, and cigarette butts, like plastic straws and plastic cups, whatnot, And I was really shocked. And after, like I got back to Jeju from that trip, I started noticing ocean trash, everywhere. Every time I went to a beach, or when I walked along the coastal lines, and I thought, something should be done or like someone should do something about it. And it took me almost 4 years that I could be that someone, so
Yeah. Good for
yeah.
you. Good for you. I love
Thank
such a
you.
great story.
So it took you 4 years for you to get the confidence and the strength
Yes.
to go out and do it. It's such a great initiative, by the way.
It really is.
Right?
Oh, thank you.
Because I was down at the beach, Jungwon Beach, the other day, and there's garbage. It just comes
So
in.
much.
You know,
There's a lot of fishing net these days.
Yeah.
I mean, there always is fishing nets, but for whatever reason, there's a lot of fishing nets. I've noticed more.
Yes.
So yeah.
So since you've been doing this since 2017, have you noticed any trends with garbage? Is there more of it recently?
Trends
less
in
of it?
trash, if
Trends
you will.
in trash.
Well, I don't see any trends in the ocean trash, but
Okay.
like the amount of it actually, like I feel like it doubles up every year.
Jeez,
Wow.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it definitely is like every year, each year, more ocean trash comes in to the island, I think.
Yeah. Jeju, so just I want to circle back around. We were just talking about numbers. So on average you get 30 to 50. Was there ever one time that you remembered like what was your highest number of volunteers? Do you remember off the top of your head?
100, over 100.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is it about your event that attracts these people to come out? Because essentially it's free labor.
Yeah, it is working. And they go out in the rain, the wind, the hot sun. So any time of year you guys are.
I think like from that moment I started Save Jeju Bada, there were more and more people who are interested in like environmental issues and they want to do something, right?
Yeah.
And
you provide the opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. People want to do something when they can see the change right away, like instantly. And when you go to the sea and you see like bunch of garbage, like litter, like scattered around, along the beaches, and if you like we 30 or 40 people pick all them up, it became like a clean beach.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
So that's that kind of thing that people want to see it.
It's
and
very motivating.
Once you experience it,
yeah.
Once you experience that, you want to do it, more over and
it's
over
addicting
again, kind of thing. Yeah.
How do you pick your locations that you're going to do?
What?
Is there a way you decide where you're going to go and clean?
We kind of at first we kind of ask around, like, do you know any place,
the coastal areas that are
Yep. But then we found out that there are some specific areas always which are always dirty, always have
they collect
a lot
the
of
most trash.
Yes.
What are some of those areas, Jeju?
That's one of them is Kimyeong, and one of them is Handam.
Okay, Handam also. Okay.
During summer, sometimes Sage.
Okay. Is that the tide? Like the tidal?
Yes. Yeah, okay. Like during the summer, the swell comes.
Where's the trash coming from?
Well, it's I should say, like, yeah. I have to mention this. I'm not an expert on that matter. So like whatever I'm saying is like based on my own experience. So.
Oh no, that's what we're asking. We're not expecting you to categorize every piece of trash you're collecting. We just want like a general feeling of where do you feel the trash is coming from? Is it local or is it coming from like the sea, from other places?
Well, I should mention first what area, like
of course,
like industry, like making the most ocean trash. Like probably you guys already know that. Like I think like more than 70% of ocean trash comes from fishing industry.
Jeez.
It's easy to see discarded fishing nets, ropes, and plastic buoys, styrofoam buoys.
Styrofoam, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh gosh.
All different kind of fishing gears, and I would say, like half of them is foreign origin because, there's like black plastic buoy with two hooking loops
on
it. Yeah, they look like ears of frogs or people call it frog buoys here in Korea.
Okay.
Anyways, so I heard that they are from China.
Okay.
And also,
so half of the fishing nets look like that. Okay.
yeah, I mean,
give or take.
It's hard to know where they come from, but the fact that the 7% you would say is fishing is really that's a lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when we talk about how much percentage of ocean trash comes, from the fishing industry, we have to take other types of trash into the consideration because, other than fishing gears, fishermen, whatever fishermen eat, drink, use on their boats.
Right off the side?
Yes.
God, that's
like
discouraging.
For example, like plastic water bottles. I've seen a lot of plastic water bottles with different languages on it, like Korean, of course. And Chinese, whether they come from China or Taiwan, Japanese, Russian.
Wow.
Yeah, even Russian and even Vietnamese as well. So
from everywhere. That's so discouraging. Yes. Really discouraging.
This is the question that when I knew I was interviewing you, someone who collects trash from the beach, my main question I want to ask you is, what is the weirdest or the most interesting piece of trash you have found?
I think that's the tough question to answer because there are so many, really so many.
We got time. I got time.
Juju, we want to hear it all.
Yeah.
Juju, while you're thinking about that, did I ever tell you that time that I was down under, I was right across from the Brother Islands and that, kind of like secret beach. And I go there a lot. And randomly I stumbled upon, I stumbled upon all of these liquor bottles, beautiful liquor bottles, jars. Beautiful glass jar. I cannot. Jars? I still have some in my house. We are talking about the most intricately carved jars. Some still had liquor in it. And I was just like, oh, these are pretty. And so I filled like my bag with all of them. And then I was like, Alexis, you're crazy. You can't take all these bottles. But no joke, we're not talking about like one or two. We are talking about 30 or 40. That's just what I saw in the area. Right. And I was just picking them up and I was like, look at this. Look. And every 2 seconds I was like, look at this. Yeah. So that's my most interesting story.
What are some of the interesting things you have found?
Yeah.
Well, I should say ampoules and injection needles. Yeah, they are. I think they are universal ocean trash found all over the world because I've seen a photo of them posted by beach cleaner.
That's dangerous.
In European country. Yeah. So it's really common ocean trash actually to be found. But like based on the likes and comments on Instagram, like saved it for the Instagram.
Okay.
I think people find it really surprising to see like everyday products they use at home and they see at a mart, like facial wash, shampoo,
toothbrushes,
plastic comb, toothbrush, toothpaste, razor or laundry detergent, artificial eye drop, tears.
Okay.
And,
those are all containers, though, roughly.
Ointment for athlete's foot.
Okay. Yeah. So people are just mostly surprised that it's household products.
Yeah, because people always think like when they think about ocean trash, it should be something like fishing gears and stuff like that. And I think that's the moment when people realize that, even though they don't litter, even though they don't, throw trash into the ocean, they still produce the same kind of, trash every day. And that's the point when people's perspective shift from, like focusing on who did that, who caused that problem to reflecting on, what I could do, so to solve the problem,
That's fascinating. So do you think that the posting those photos also changes or can affect how people shop? What they buy.
Yes.
That's really interesting. You took my fun question and made it something really, really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so it's
I have
not
so many questions now.
go.
Okay. Well, that's that's interesting. And so I have noticed, I follow you on Instagram, and you've done some things where it's just like all toothbrushes or, like all
Yes.
one product. And I'm always shocked that one beach cleanup will have enough of one product that she's actually able to take a photo of it. And, it's like a collection. It's fascinating to me. So
Yeah.
I have a little bit. Do you have anything that you cleaned up in your house? Is
Or
there
like that
any?
she kept
Yeah.
as
Is there
like a
anything you kept like that was so interesting that you're like, you know what, I'm taking this home?
Nope,
No.
not really.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
other
She's a
than the
minimalist. Juju is a minimalist. She doesn't have things and
no.
junk in her house like
And
I do.
continue with that question. Have you ever found anything that made you really angry?
Ooh. All of
Wow,
it, right? All of
yeah,
it.
that's so
Jesus.
many. Well, like for example, like I picked up like poopy diaper
Uh,
Wow.
last summer. Yeah.
People can't just find a trash
Uh,
can. Jeez.
yeah,
well, there's no trash can.
Well, there is no, yeah.
at a beach. So, those kind of thing, like people throw things away just to be convenient because that's convenient for them, That's kind of selfishness makes me really upset. But like I try to focus on like positive things, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take the photo of this and post it on Instagram and tell the story or give us
Shock value.
message.
So what can because this is not just an individual thing. This is a bigger problem. When I think about littering, I'm from Canada, and littering there is like a sin.
Yeah.
You
get
the
fines,
Great North. I actually feel it's been beating into me to the point where if I even have the urge to litter, I get a physical pain from it. It's not seriously, we've been indoctrinated in Canada to not litter. What can people do, or what can the government do, or what can happen in Korea to get people to not litter, do you think? What would be a good strategy?
Well, here's the thing, like I've seen a lot of comments by expats saying that Korean government should install some like
trash cans,
cans all on the streets.
Right.
That's gonna make people not to litter, right? But I don't agree with that because the trash system we have is same as Japan, which you have to pay to buy those specific
the bags,
plastic bag, right? So that's for people to like reduce as much trash as possible. That's the whole point. That's the the whole point of the system. But because I think like the education of those, why we like Korea chose that system and how it works in like how we should recycle like properly, things like that. And those I mean like I think like the lack of education is the problem. And I think I mean like Japan and we have the same trash system, but like the result is different.
Very different.
You are not gonna see any litter on the street of Japan, right?
Never,
So yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question, Juju. So when you say installing trash cans, do you actually think that like at a popular beach like Hamdok, you don't think there would be much point to put a couple public bins that are closer than the dumpsters? You don't see much point in that?
Well, the thing is like well, here's the thing. If you want to install, like trash cans, you have to install like a lot of trash can. Also, trash can always attract more trash than so I don't think like installing trash cans can be the solution.
Okay,
it's fine. I agree with. I think saying having trash cans is kind of an excuse.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because
that makes sense.
Because you just need to keep your garbage with you until you get home. That's it.
Right.
That's it. You need to plan for it. You need to consider that when you
carry
do
bags
something.
to the beach. Yeah.
Just something,
Okay.
That's this is It's been really interesting. So one thing I want to know is, where do you want your organization to go? It seems to have grown since you found it in membership. But
yes.
What things are you doing?
Yeah, what else are you doing other than just, not to minimize it, because it's very important that you're picking up trash, but what else are you guys doing?
Well, actually, like I'm gonna use the same phrase.
Okay.
We don't want to stop at just picking up ocean trash. We kind of want to start working on a project that we can recycle, upcycle those ocean trash, especially plastic buoys and stuff like that. And actually, we are working on a project with TerraCycle Korea. I am not sure if you guys know that company. It's like really kind of famous recycling company.
Why are they famous?
Just they work with bunch of like big corporations. They recycle things that cannot be recycled easily. Like for example, like toothbrushes, because it's hard to recycle because it has like two different
components,
materials, right? Yeah, but they collected them and then recycle for the company.
Okay,
like basically.
So they're going above and beyond with certain products, certain things. Okay, I got you. So
And
you're gonna do something fun
with us. Yeah. So what?
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna make something fun? Are you building something crazy? What are you doing?
We kind of want to make something practical.
Okay.
Like we are talking about camping box. Like where you can put whatever you need for camping and carry with you. And also if you put a wooden plank on top of it, you can use it as table as well.
Right. I actually have a box like that. They're really, really, really useful.
So you guys are really brainstorming just everything right now.
Yes.
You're in the brainstorming stage. This is really exciting.
Are you looking for more volunteers?
For now, yeah, I mean, we are still, we don't do the group beach cleanup anymore.
Because of COVID?
But yeah, because of COVID. So, but we have beach cleanup center in Gimyeong, and small number of people, less than 4, can come join any day, anytime they want, and pick up the trash for how long ever they want. So. And you have to sign up. Yeah.
Okay.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of your organization?
DM.
DM on Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Yes. And Instagram again is?
Save Jeju Bada.
Beautiful.
Easy and easy. Well, before we sign off, I do have something Juju and I were talking before. We were just kind of talking about the interviewing questions and I thought it was really interesting, her answer, and I kind of wanted to have her say that for our listeners. So Juju and I were talking about how Jeju really has started trying to do the bring your own tumbler to the coffee house. And she, Ju-young, if you don't mind sharing, I thought this was really interesting, your opinion on this initiative that Jeju was doing. Do you mind sharing?
So about the bring your own cup
like thing? Bring your own, because I was like, wow, this is a big thing, but apparently you're saying it's not as well. I don't know I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, but what's your feeling about this?
Well, the thing is, like at first we started that bring your own cup movement, the campaign.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was really big.
Yeah, was that because there are thousands of cafes all around Jeju, and we saw them as a potential source that we can where we can reduce the single-use cups waste. But then within a year we kind of found it a little bit impractical, because when I was running that campaign, at first I saw it as a resident on Jeju, who actually live on Jeju, and then I can wash my cup, whenever I want at home, things like that. But as a tourist, if you imagine you're, traveling on Jeju and you only brought one reusable cup, and sometimes you are going to drink lattes, or sometimes other drink with heavy cream or whatever, and you kind of have to wash your cup if you are going to
reuse it.
Reuse it. But the thing is, like people here on tourists on Jeju, they usually go to cafes like at least twice, even 3 times a day.
At least.
They don't have a place to wash their
It's not
cups,
practical, basically.
Did you know coffee shops increased on the island by 23% amid the pandemic?
So
I actually saw you.
Yeah, so you're like, yeah. Well, but the other part of this, so like just the fact that it's great for residents in your residential area.
Yeah.
These reusable cups and the tumblers are really good, but tourists not so much. But then you said, Jeju, when we were talking, you said something really interesting. What was your idea for cafes to do?
Well, like I was thinking, I've heard
just brainstorming,
some initiative, that has done in Germany, but like I think like the most practical, feasible, plausible way to reduce like single-use cups is for the government, to mandate all the cafes on Jeju to use the same takeout cups. They can be reused like at least a couple dozen times.
That's interesting.
And once you get a coffee in a takeout cup at one cafe, you can return the cup
at the next cafe.
And the next cafe. So those cups can rotate. And that's the ultimate way to reduce the single use.
I really thought when she told me that, and I was like, well, that is something I just would never have thought of. And then as soon as she was speaking it out, I was just nodding my head like, right. That's really right.
I agree with you. I like it. Can I be a devil's advocate?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Devil's advocate. Starbucks.
What about
branding?
They are
branding. Not just Starbucks.
Actually, they are doing. I think they just announced that they are going to do that. They are going to stop using single-use plastic cups, and then they are going to use, reusable takeout cups.
Oh, good.
So that people can, But the thing is, like Korean loves Starbucks, but there are thousands other cafes.
Truth.
No, I wasn't mean Starbucks. What I meant is the cup is a form of branding, right?
Oh, like the label.
The label on, like use
okay.
not the cup itself. It's like the cup. That's how those. How many times have you been walking around and being like, oh, there's a Starbucks nearby. That guy has a Starbucks cup. I want a coffee.
You know how I feel about cafes.
Yeah, no.
I don't like them. I think the amount of waste.
Is, the idea I just shared with you guys is not really. Yeah, that's really ideal. Right?
I like your idea, and if the government could force the companies to do it, that'd be great.
In like a perfect world.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think there might be pushback, but hopefully you can get that through.
Yeah, if Germany's doing it, people make it work somewhere in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, if Germany's doing it, why not Jeju, right?
Jeju, I have a little just more questions for you. So if people did want to just like go sign up for like a cleanup or whatever, all they have to do is just say, hey, and do you tell them where they can pick up like the equipment?
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. So once you sign up by texting me or, sending me a DM, saying what day, the date and time you want to come and, and with how many people, and I send out the information or information,
the like location and
okay. Like how to do the beach cleanup, stuff like that, including the address of beach cleanup center.
Nice.
And all you have to do is just come and borrow or take stuff you need, and then go out and pick up some
do whatever
trash
you're doing.
Come back and return stuff.
Nice.
And we have a designated area so that you can put the trash you picked up, and I call the community center once a week, and then people come and pick the trash up. Great. So
wow, you do a lot of work. You do a lot of work.
As somebody who lives on the island who loves our beaches, thank you very much for what you're doing, by the way. It's really appreciated.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And I assume that a lot of other people here, if they knew, would also be giving you their gratitude.
Right. She's like, okay.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Well,
is there anything else you would want us to
Yeah.
know? Any other future projects or anything before we end? Is there anything do we hit on?
No, I mean, we are planning to set up another beach cleanup center, maybe in the other side of Jeju,
Good
maybe
for you.
Ewol or
Good for you.
Sage, hopefully
Okay.
sometime this year. So yeah.
Well, when you do, we'll have you back on again to advertise that and to promote that when that happens.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. This has been a great pleasure for us.
So good. So good.
Okay,
I have been
for
really
having me.
excited about this. Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.